Hey everyone, welcome to the Pre-algebra 1.8 video. We're talking about the coordinate plane today. So what's the coordinate plane? You've probably heard it before, and it's just formed by the intersection of two number lines, okay? So the first one is the vertical number line called the, got it mixed up, called the y-axis, and the horizontal number line called the x-axis. Sorry about that. Okay? So, what's the x and what's the y? Well, the x is right here. This is our horizontal number line. And the vertical number line, the y-axis, is right there. Now, where do these two things meet? Well, they meet right there, okay? What's that thing called? That's called the origin, okay? The origin. And each point that is out here that we could graph is called an ordered pair. Okay, ordered pair. And it's made up of two coordinates, an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate. Some examples would be 2, 4, -6, -1, 0, 3. Okay? And if we were to graph these things, what we need to think about is, okay, well, what comes first? Well, let's look at this. We'll look at this one right here. Okay? The point is 2, 4. So, 2 is the x-coordinate. 4 is the y-coordinate. So how would I graph a point like this? Well, I would start at the origin. Always start at the origin. Go over 2 on the x-axis, okay? X is the first coordinate, so we're going to go over 2 on the x-axis. And then you go up 4, which is the y-axis. Now, you don't actually go up on the y-axis in this case, but you do go up 4 parallel with the y-axis, and that would be your point right there, okay? Let's try this one, 0, 3. To graph that, I would start at the origin, I would go left or right 0, and then up 3. So 1, 2, 3. And there's that point right there. How about -6, -1? Well, again, I'd start at the origin, I'd go over -6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then down 1 to right there. And that would be that point. All right, the last thing we're going to point out here with the coordinate plane are called the quadrants. Okay, and we have 4 quadrants. The first one's right there. Okay, and I always remember the first quadrant is where, if this were a watch, 1 o'clock would be up here. Now, where's the second quadrant? So I'm going to go counterclockwise. That's the second quadrant there. This is the third quadrant, and you guessed it, that would be the fourth quadrant. And we always use Roman numerals to denote them. Okay, so there you go. That's the basics of the coordinate plane. Next, we're going to talk about scatter plots. So a scatter plot just uses a coordinate plane and mostly just the first quadrant. Sometimes there's a scatter plot that uses more than one. Okay, so again, this is the quadrant we're going to be using mostly, which is all positives. And it uses that first quadrant to display a bunch of points or data. Okay, and scatter plots are very, very helpful in finding trends. Let's look at the scatter plot. Okay, so over here on the x-axis, and let's keep in mind this actually is a coordinate plane. We just don't see it going down this way, and we don't see it going over this way. Okay, so we're actually only using quadrant number 1 here. Okay, so what it shows us is correlation between a husband's age and a wife's age. So I'm going to pick this point right there. Okay, so that point right there is approximately, well, let's see if I start at the origin and go over about 47, and then I go up to 30, maybe about 37. Okay, so that point right there actually represents one husband and wife. Okay, and what it says is when that husband is 47, his wife is 37. Okay, approximately. Now we could have this one up there. So why don't you take a second, I want you to approximate what that point is. Alright, so I'd start here and go over to points right about there, 52. So that's the x-coordinate because it's on the x-axis, and then next is going to come the y-coordinate. And so how high is this point? Well, I'm going to go over, that's about 62. Okay, so that husband is 52, but his wife is 62. So here the husband is younger, here the wife is younger. So we have different things kind of going on, but a scatter plot is really useful for looking at trends. So as we kind of zoom out and look at what's generally happening here, it looks like as a husband's age increases, a wife's age increases as well. So all these dots represent different couples, and we can see that younger couples, okay, that husbands and wives are generally around the same age. And then also up here with older couples, husbands and wives are also generally about the same age. All right, so the last one we're going to have you guys work on is this, okay? So I want you to take a second, pause the video, and I want you to figure out what can we infer from this scatter plot, okay? This axis down here stands for pounds of french fries eaten per year. This stands for hours spent at the gym each week. And so each one of these little dots is a person. All right, so hopefully after examining the scatter plot, you said that, well, you know, looks like this person here, okay, they ate just under a pound of french fries, and let's see, they went to the gym, you know, 5 1/4 times per week, okay? This person here, let's see, they had 1.5 pounds french fries, and on average they went to the gym 5.5 times a week. But you know, this person here, he ate 4 pounds of french fries per year, and he only went to the gym 3.5 times per week on average. And this person down here ate 8 pounds of french fries, only went to the gym 2 times per week on average. And so what are we seeing here? Well, we're actually seeing what we call negative correlation. Okay, and what does that mean? Well, it means as the, if we look at all these dots, as the x-coordinates of all of these get larger, okay, so like, you know, this is the point here, approximately 1, 5. This is the point here, 3.5 and 4. This point right there is approximately 8, 2, okay? So as these x-coordinates get larger, going from 1 to 3.5 to 8, what happens to their y-coordinates? Well, they're dropping from 5 to 4 to 2 for the most part. So that's what we call negative correlation. It also means, what we can infer, is that people who eat less french fries, like this group over here, tend to spend more hours at the gym each week. People like over here who eat more pounds of french fries per year tend to spend less time at the gym per week. So if this is negative correlation, what do you think this is up here? Well, this trend is increasing, okay? And so from left to right, as the data pool increases or goes up, we would say this has positive correlation. Okay? Means both things increase at the same time. Negative correlation means that as the x increases, the y decreases. Okay, so negative correlation. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thanks for hanging with me. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.